It's me, your friendly outer space Doug, coming at you from quarantine in space, trying to keep the El Corona out of the outer space zone, because we don't want all the space peoples getting sick. I hope y'all is doing good. I hope y'all having a good day. I know I'm streaming a little later than usual, but I had stuff to do. Had to go to the grocery store, hoard up all the toilet paper I could, and all that stuff. So I appreciate you just dropping by. We're going to have some guests today. We're going to have quite a few people popping in and out. So we're going to try to do this every day now. Get people on. Try to make the best of this situation and enjoy the time that we have, that we can just laugh and have a good time. So we got Ashen Jackal. We got Pirate. Hiroshi Paradox, Gotham Knight, Ezra's in the chat. What's up, Ezra? We've got Casty Blonde in the chat. What's up, buddy? Sam's here. Hey, Sam. We got Video James. What's up, Video James? Glad y'all's popping in. Dave's here. He says, in space, no one can hear you sneeze. That's right. That's right, Dave. That's right. So, like I said, I hope y'all's doing good. Good people, good people. We're going to have Larry on here with us in just a moment. Let's pull up his campaign here. Now, I know times is tough, and we're all watching them dollars, but if you're going to spend dollars on a book, spend dollars on Larry's book. I'll drop the link in the chat. I've got it pulled up here. Go check it out. It's got killer artwork, and Larry is a super cool dude, and I think the story, from what I've read on this, the story is going to be really awesome too. So definitely go check this out. Now there's Larry. Let me make sure. All right, everybody can hear you now. So how's it going, man?
It's going pretty good, man. Yeah, no complaints. I've been locked up.
Yeah, I didn't really want to go anywhere today, and my mom called and she's like, hey, I'm going to the grocery store, you need anything? And I was like, yeah, I kind of do. And I was like, I don't really want to go, but if I don't go now, who knows when I actually will be able to go out, the way things are getting. So I went.
Yeah, you never know, man.
Yeah.
Weird time, that's for sure.
It really is a really strange time. We got Vicky joining us in the chat. What's up, Vicky? And Eric Hawkins is here too. He's from Hawkins Park.
Right on.
Yeah. Oh man. So what have you been doing with your time off?
Well, just posting stuff online, mostly. Today I decided I'd do a little bit of painting, so I started that like a day ago, and I was just adding another layer on there today, so that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of little projects to work on, and I've been working on them here and there when I can. I finished up a couple pieces of music and got paid, which is awesome considering everything that's going on. I would have totally understood if the people that commissioned the music would have been like, hey, with things going on, we can wait. But they actually paid me and gave me a bonus, and I was like thrilled.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Always nice to get paid.
Yeah, like what's crazy is I played music in bands for like 20 years. I've probably made more money in the past month just doing commissions for people than I made the whole time I was in a band.
Oh yeah, you got a good market here now, so might as well use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I need to push it a little bit harder. I'm not good at selling myself.
I have a hard time doing that too. I don't really like sitting around on social media, even though it does happen sometimes. But you kind of have to.
Yeah, yeah, for real. And you've got to you got to share your stuff till people get sick of it.
Yeah.
And I figured something out. Either they will actually look at it, or they'll just go ahead and mute you.
Yeah, like I try not to do it every day. Maybe like once every 2 days. I know you're really supposed to be pushing it every day, but I don't want people to get like, hey, I'm so sick. I've seen guys like do it like 3 times a day.
I'm one of those
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I've not been here lately, but on my first campaign, I was just constantly sharing it.
I just, like I don't have a lot of images I can really share. I think
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like, so to me, it doesn't look as interesting if I'm just sharing the same thing all the time. But
yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah, it gets weird. It's kind of hard because there's no. I mean, I can tell you the way I done it, and that might not work for you. And then somebody else goes, "Well, I made a video where I farted on YouTube, and it funded my book." I mean, you just can't ever tell.
no, I know it's really hard. I'm trying to use Instagram and stuff more now, but I'm still trying to figure that out a little bit. But
Yeah, I just use my Instagram to take really stupid pictures.
well, that's what I used to use it for. But
I'm just, I don't know. I always take pictures of something stupid. Mostly my dog.
yeah,
I'm just like, hey, look, here's a picture of my dog.
animals are pretty big on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of cat pictures on mine. So
I think I should start taking pictures of my dog with Lone Wolf, like the comic book, and maybe
that's a good idea.
people be like, hey, if Axel likes Lone Wolf, maybe I'll like Lone Wolf.
There you go.
Yeah, use what I got.
Oh man.
Eric Hawkins says you saw my farting video. Awesome.
Zach,
Oh man, we got.
you gotta be like crafty with the farting videos. It has to be done a certain way. It can't be forced. It needs to be spontaneous, right?
Exactly.
Those are the funniest ones. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just like you can tell when somebody's really trying to force a meme, and it's kind of cringy, but.
The best memes come from people who meant absolutely no harm or anything.
Exactly.
It was probably the worst day of their life whenever whatever happened, and it was caught there for all eternity to share and laugh at the people.
Nice.
I see. Sometimes I look at a meme and see that, and it makes me feel bad. I'm like, we've caught this human at their lowest point, and we're laughing at them for the next 20 years, probably.
Probably, yeah. Or, some awkward photo leaks online or something like that.
Yeah.
That's usually what they are. But, oh well, it is what it is, right? You can't really force these things. But...
Yeah. Video James says you shouldn't force farts either.
No, it's a bad idea.
Man, anymore, I'm just afraid to just let it go. I'm afraid I'll end up with like a skid mark or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting into the poop talk early today.
Oh, sometimes you gotta.
Dude. Oh, man. Yep, I don't know if anybody in the chat missed the show with Zippy yesterday. Go check that out. That dude is absolutely ridiculous, and I just laughed at him I think we streamed for like over an hour, and I just laughed at him the whole time.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half or something like
that. Yeah, it was crazy.
I was watching it, so yeah.
Yeah, that dude cracks me up.
Oh, he's good guy. Funny, yeah.
Gotham Knight says forcing a fart will blow out your bum. You'll blow out an O-ring and you won't be able to hold no pressure in.
That's right.
You have to go to the auto parts store and get you a new O-ring. I don't think they'll install that either. We got Thomas back in the chat. What's up, Thomas? Thanks for joining us again. We got another 15 viewers in here today. That's pretty good.
Good stuff.
Pretty good.
How's everyone doing today anyway? So.
Looks like they're doing pretty all right. Well, looks like we got Pickles back with us. What's up, Pickles?
Hello.
Hello.
I have now made my cup of coffee.
Oh, well. Well, thanks for joining us there with your... Now, I've got to ask, though. Is there a pickle in your coffee?
We do have pickled eggs, so I could run downstairs and just plap it in there. like a little olive.
Vicky asked me if Richard Dick accidentally got blocked. You know, I looked and I could not find. He messaged me about being blocked, and I can't find it. I can't remember how to get in there to fix that. So, I did it before because a Model 316 accidentally got blocked, but I can't remember how to. I'm kind of a boomer when it comes to this stuff. So, Pickles is working on a book and some secret projects and stuff. Aren't you,
Oh, yeah.
Pickles?
I forgot. I didn't forget. I totally did not forget. I promise. Yeah, I am with Vestry. Yeah, I'm working on Vestry.
Yeah.
I'm making it sound like I'm forgetting, but I didn't. I think issue 2 is that because Shabby's colouring the book, right, of issue 1.
Yeah.
I think I went through issue 2, the script, and I think it's been sent off to letterer because I think Shabby's kind of done the black and whites of that already.
Cool.
So
You guys are
we'll
killing
see how
it.
this goes.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, go ahead, man.
Yeah, we're working on a secret project as well, which is nothing to do with Vestry. It's my own creation this time.
Oh, it's a pickle.
It's a horror movie about pickles. Horror comic about pickles.
It's about that pickle butt that you drew that day. Still haunts my dreams.
It's okay. You can look at my butt.
I'll never forget that. Ever. I'll never, ever forget that. We got Casty Blonde in the chat. I believe he's the one that's lettering your book, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I think Shabby's doing the colours, and then that's gonna get sent off to Cassidy.
Cool, and he lettered a story in Legends of the Lone Wolf, like the longest story, and he did a really good job on that. He's a really good letterer.
He also lettered the short story that we did with Vestry as well, called Vodnik.
Cool. Yeah, he does a good job. And Video James says he saw that pic. It's hilarious. I assume he's talking about the pickle butt. Larry, I think that's what you need on your campaign is a pickle butt.
A pickle butt? Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
So we've got somebody else in here.
Oh.
What's going on?
Yes, you do.
How you doing?
Not much. Doing fine. Just I go out twice a week now because there's nothing to do outside. But,
Yeah.
Managing fine.
Yeah, everybody I think's getting a little stir crazy.
Yeah, I don't mind too much. I just miss the gym. Otherwise, I'm fine being at home most of the time.
So a couple of us, one reason that we're all gathered here today is we're working on a secret project. And we're all kind of donating some stuff to it. And 6 Scale Combat's the one that put it together, and it's we're just calling it the Corona Kings. And it's really cool. I don't know what everybody's doing for it, but I know it's gonna be something really, really neat.
Just like an anthology.
Yeah, it was. Go ahead, Pickles.
Well, what I'm doing is a 7-page short comic, which is obviously going to be drawn by Shabby. I actually had someone read through it, and he was like, "Oh, the last bit." He said to me, "The last bit." He said, "Holy shit!"
That's always good. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's nice to hear.
I hope that translates to everyone else.
I'm sure it will. We got Matt Reese in here. What's up, buddy?
How's it going, guys?
It's a going.
It's going.
So I just announced the Corona Kings thing, and then you popped in. So we say Corona, and Reese appears.
It's because I'm a carrier, man.
We're all carriers. Yeah. So how we were just talking. We're all getting a little stir crazy. How things out your way?
Oh, it's not so bad. It's things are mostly normal. We've just in this last couple days actually, had our first confirmed cases in the county. There's 3 now. It's all one group of people so far, but we'll see how it goes out. But yeah,
Cool.
we've got all of our
Not
restaurants
cool,
on lockdown, so you can't go out and have a bite.
Yeah, that's the way it is here. We can't go to restaurants, but everybody can still go to Walmart, so that's where everybody goes.
Yeah.
Walmart's ground zero for the
So do you guys have like 24-hour joints, or how does that work out?
do what? What'd you say, Reese? I think he disappeared on us.
I think the corona took him.
He
Said, are your Walmarts
Chinese God.
24 hours there, or do you guys just have a?
They were 24 hours, but they cut it back to midnight, and then they cut it back to 11. So they don't want people in there 24 hours a day spreading the coronas.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, they're shipping it straight from China to Walmart, so. Oh, so what's everybody doing? Now, Larry's here because we was talking about his book of Time and Space. But, which if you guys haven't checked out, I dropped the link in the chat. I'm going to drop it again. It's a really cool looking book. If you can't back it, but you still want to support him, he has the donate $1 on there. So, you can throw $1 at him at least. But the rest of us, like I said, was working on. Looks like Reese dropped out. Rest of us are working on Corona stories. Well, they're not technically Corona stories, but the Corona Kings thing. So, Yakov, what are you doing on it, bud? Are you just writing a story, or?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a short story that I actually wrote a little while ago for an anthology that didn't end up panning out, and cleaning it up, and going to use that. It's set in my universe of my main book series, the Galaxy Ascendant universe. So it doesn't tie into the series directly, but it's just set in the same galaxy, so it kind of builds out the setting a bit, because I plan to keep writing in there forever, basically.
That's awesome, man. But because you've got quite a few books, which I haven't got a chance to check those out yet.
Yeah, the 6th book just came out a week ago or 2 weeks ago, something like that.
That's crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Yeah, my editor has my editor has book 7 now. I'm writing another series now. I just finished book 2 of a new series.
That's
so I'm
awesome.
making use of my time at home.
That's awesome, man. And that's cool that your story's taking place in your universe. So that'd be like something. I'm hoping that maybe this little thing will get people in that don't really know all of us, and they'll go, "Hey, this is free," and maybe kind of help us all spread the love a little bit.
Yeah, that's part of the idea of anthologies or collections in general, is to have people come in for one person, and they'll find more people they like, and then go from there and help everybody out.
Yeah, maybe with you being on it, it'll help all the rest of us.
Maybe. I'm not particularly big time at this point either.
But let's. What are you doing, Pickles? What are you going to be doing for the Corona Kings?
All right, yeah, because I said earlier, didn't I? The short story. It's going to be a horror, actually. It's like I've said in the tweet fights. It might be controversial depending on who you are.
Depends on if you like pickle butts or not, though, right?
Yeah, it depends if you enjoy looking at pickle butts.
Do you want to tell us any more about it, or do you just want to leave it kind of a mystery?
Okay, let's just say it involves cults.
Oh, I like cults.
I was kind of just like cult Satan themes, you know.
Is it a frog cult?
There are enough of those already.
So we got Reese back with us. What's up, Reese?
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out my setup. Oh, you guys were cutting out real bad earlier, and I don't know if it was my mic or if it was going on with all of that, but who knows?
Thank you.
But yeah, so we'll see if this works. How can you guys hear me? Okay.
We can, but you kind of cut out a little bit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You seem to be doing okay now, though.
That's really strange. I don't know what to make of it.
It's probably just stupid Hangouts where we have several people in here. Because Hangouts is dumb.
It could be. It could be. It's taking up too much bandwidth or something.
Yeah, well, everybody in the whole world is on the internet right now at this time, so they don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, it's true.
So, can you give us any insight onto what your story is going to be about, Reese?
It's all of the fools. They're out here on April 1st, just wrecking the internet for the rest of us.
Exactly.
And I don't pity the fools. That's where I'm coming from.
So, can you give us any info on your story that you're doing for Corona Kings?
Yeah, actually, I can. It's not a story per se. It's actually I'm doing a series of strips, like comic strips. It's going to be called The Kings of Corona, and it's about two kids just bumming around their town and getting into mischief. So, and they do what they want because they're the kings of Corona. So that's what I'm doing.
Cool. I'm doing a little 5 or 6 page comic, maybe more depending on what the artist wants to do. But there's a public domain character called Ghost, the Ghost, and he's kind of split off from the Daredevil comic. The public domain Daredevil. The Leave Gleason Daredevil, and so we're kind of bringing that character back, doing a little 5 or 6 page story about him. It's going to be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you guys couldn't hear me for a second.
No, now it sounds
No.
fine.
Just processing. Yeah.
I blew everybody's minds, and they just was like, "Oh, that's what he's doing." People's telling me to go use StreamYards. I don't want to. I use Streamlabs. It's OBS, and so I'm running all these guys in a separate window, and I can do fancy things and play videos and sounds and all that stuff. So I don't want to go use StreamYards. So that's why I'm not doing it. But I made a little promo for the Corona Kings thing, and I'll play that right now so everybody can see it. Well, you guys in Hangouts can't see it, so you just get a miss out. Everybody else can see it.
Later.
yeah, so there was the promo. I hope everybody thought it was okay. You guys in
Pretty
Hangout couldn't see it, so.
Oh, I popped over to YouTube to watch it.
You cheated.
I
Yeah,
cheated, yeah.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
Cheaters. Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to doing it. I thought that was a really cool idea that Six came up with. Video
Yeah.
Video
See,
James says it
don't
needs
worry.
more pickle butts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reese said he had to drop out. He said he couldn't hear nothing. I guess he froze up on us.
Yeah. It's probably a little bit of his connection, a little bit of Hangouts.
Yeah,
Probably.
just weird. Well, like he was saying, bandwidth probably. He lives way out in the middle of nowhere, and everybody in the whole world's at home now. So
Mhm.
I
Well,
wonder.
I'm doing okay considering I'm pretty long distance myself. So.
Yeah, you might be just a little bit farther away.
Yeah, a little bit. Just an ocean and some change.
So, just for everybody out there, how are things over there considering the virus?
Not too bad overall. I mean, I know government actually did a pretty decent job acting kind of early. I mean, everything is locked down like most other places at this point. But I mean, our case numbers and everything, and our death rate is actually, I think, one of the lowest right now, which is very good. Things aren't overwhelmed yet. But I, of course, live one town over from the place with the area with the most cases in the country. So, but not in my neighborhood specifically, just one neighborhood over, basically. But I mean, I don't go anywhere. When I go out, I wear my plague doctor outfit, so I think I'm fine.
Well, that's one thing, man. Your government don't mess around with stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, also it helps that we're kind of like in a weird political space right now. So like, the prime minister, kind of like he's been prime minister, and we've just had our third election in a row without a clear result at this point. So I think he really wanted to make sure he did a decent job, so that when we have a fourth one, inevitably, whether it's in half a year or a year from now or whatever, then he could say, "Oh, I did a good job on this. Now vote for me for that reason." So
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it all the time. But obviously, that's the reason why we're doing well with this. I don't necessarily mind because we
Yeah.
don't need a big problem here.
Our government's such a mess right now. Everybody, whatever one side wants to do, the other does the exact opposite. So,
That's usually how it goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, how are things over there in England there, Pickles?
In England, I think we've just had a week of lockdown now. We have over 2,000 deaths actually, which is crazy.
Now, is that from the actual virus or people getting stabbed?
You can never know. It's from the virus. Yeah, I think our government was kind of late to lock everything down, and people are idiots because they didn't take the government warning seriously. They just thought, "Oh, just go to these major events and start hugging people." Now look where we are. We're in lockdown, and over 2,000 people have died.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
Which is sad.
your country's kind of in a weird political place, too.
Yeah, recently we had that election, didn't we? So it's and we had Brexit, so it's taken time to sort things out.
Yeah. And then we got old Larry over there, and he's up in Canada.
Yes.
How are things up in Canada, Larry?
Oh, just general lockdown all around now. Essential services only, which is why I'm not working. So, unfortunately. But, it seems pretty good. The cases aren't overly too high right now here, at least in my area. I think there's only about 60 or so, which is not terrible. It's not good either, but
Yeah. We where I live, of course, we don't have a hospital, so there's probably cases here that nobody knows. But so far, we don't actually have any cases. The next county over has 3 or 4, and it's not real bad, but everybody's starting to kind of hear it's getting more serious. So all the restaurants, you can't go get anything to eat, and all the stores are trying to make everybody, like 1 cart per person, no families, and all that stuff. So they're starting to take it serious. So
Yeah, it's pretty much the same here. They've got the restaurants are drive-through only. The grocery stores, they only allow a certain amount of people in at a time. So they've got a security guard at the door counting people coming in and out. So that's kind of how it's working right now.
yeah, and there's Reese back with us. How are you
Yeah.
doing there, Reese?
Well, hopefully it's working okay. We'll see. We'll see how well it all pans out. But
Keep that antivirus up so you won't get corona'd again.
that's the ticket. Yeah. No, I was having some weird connection problems, so I reset, and I think I'm good.
Yeah,
So.
you seem to be running good now.
Hooray!
And just for everybody out there, I know we're being a little silly and cracking jokes. It's not that I don't take it serious, and we all should take everything serious, but it's not going to hurt to laugh a little bit and just try to make the best of a situation. If we sit and worry and get upset about things we can't control, it's not going to make anything any better. So if you get offended, you can just leave. Now, Video James wants to know how the toilet roll situation is. Has everybody got toilet paper?
For now, yeah.
I prepped for this about, again, 2 months ago. Probably in January, I went and bought extra stuff because I knew this was coming. 'Cause I was following it from the beginning. But we have the grocery store next to where I live. It seems to be restocked and everything as of when I was last there on Sunday. So things seem to be at least stable for now.
That's good. What about you, Pickles? You all stocked up on toilet paper?
Well, in the house we only have like 2 rolls now. I'm gonna be begging on the streets.
You're gonna be using pickles here before long.
I'll have like a cardboard sign saying, "We'll suck for toilet roll."
Who knows? You might
Seems a
find
little
somebody.
extreme.
You might find somebody with a fetish that will wipe for you.
But yeah, I think the shops are all right now. I think I've not really left the house.
Sam in the chat, he's over in Finland. He says plenty of wares over here at the stores now. People have stopped with the hoarding at least. Yeah, that's good. I think at this point people have went and bought up extra supplies because they actually take things serious now. So that's good to hear. I'm trying to look through the chat. I hope I didn't miss anything. The chat's moving pretty good, so it's kind of hard for me to keep up with. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this Corona Kings thing, and it's really cool of all you guys to throw in some free stuff to just kind of entertain people while we're all stuck at home.
Well, I make it my business to try to entertain people all the time anyhow.
Yeah, but some people, you know how it is. They don't ever. It's good to make money. If you can make money, that's good. But some people's like, if I'm not getting any money, I'm not doing anything.
And if I did that, I wouldn't do much. I'd say that now.
Same here.
I'd play Xbox or something all day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even play guitar if I was. If the only reason I played guitar was to get paid, I would never be able to play guitar.
Well, it's like I was talking earlier today on the Twitter, and Ezra was saying, I never even heard of you before. I'm making comics or anything before. I saw you on Doug's show. And I'm like, yeah, you and the rest of the world, pal. Because I get so busy making stuff that I never think to tell anyone about it. So like, I've got 10 years of webcomics that, like maybe 100 people have read any portion of it. So
The marketing is the hard part of being a creative person. I'm not good at it either.
Yeah. I think
and
everybody
and I don't
here.
necessarily agree with every marketing strategy anyway. I'm real picky with what I think is the right way to do it. So
Yeah.
one of those that's sort of like, I wouldn't do it that way. Well, then what are you gonna do? I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there.
I think everybody here in this chat's kind of like that. We need a used car salesman to come and sell all of our stuff for us.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm really bad at it. If I've went to a couple of really small comic shows, and I'm sitting there with my books, and people come up and they ask me about it. I'm talking about it. I'm like, well, you might like this, maybe, I guess. No, I don't want you to be disappointed in it.
Well, and for me, like, I mean, I have a silly, our webcomic's just silly fun, but it's part of this big story, this epic, like, civilization-sized story, and so whenever somebody asks me about my universe, I have this desire to just like, let me tell you the secret lore, my friend, and I think I scare people away.
The last night I worked, which it's weird, the guy on second shift, I come in, and I don't know why we started talking about it, but he brought up that he was writing a book, and my eyes just like lit up. I was like, somebody else who writes things? And so we sat and talked about his book and my stuff for like 2 hours, and he gave me all of his backstory on his stuff, and it was so cool. I live in such a small town, and it's a redneck town, that if people I get surprised by people who actually want to read my comic, because most of the time it's like, well, that's stupid, that's a waste of time, you ought to be out rebuilding the 454 with your bare hands and chopping down trees. So,
Well, those are good things too. You can do both of them.
yeah, but I can't do it while I write a comic book.
That's true.
Technically, I can't rebuild a 454 anyways.
Why is that, Doug?
Do what?
Why is that you can't rebuild it?
I am not proficient in automotive repair.
Oh, I see.
Me neither. Don't feel too bad.
Eric Hawkins says, I love the people that come to your booth at a show, and when you say hi, they get spooked like a deer.
Oh man, that's the worst.
Yeah. I spoke to so many people, and if they realized how much I didn't want to speak to them to begin with, like they come up and like, hey, my book, and before you can even tell them what's about, they're gone. It's like they just leap away.
Whew.
I've never done a show yet. I'm going to try and do something local. If it happens in the fall, I'm going to apply for a register for a table and see what happens. But as of now, I don't even know what's going to. We have no idea what's even going to happen at this point. Everything got canceled all spring and probably all summer too.
Yeah, we actually host a little mini con or co-host here in our little town, and so we get our pick of it. We also have to do all the work of putting it on, but that's usually in October. So we'll see how that works this year.
Do you have a pretty good turnout out there?
Well, we usually have about a couple hundred people, which is kind of a lot for our whole county's got 30,000 people in it. So having a couple hundred people come into a comic convention that's pretty good turnout. So.
That sounds. I mean, if I did something here, used to we would have the bands I was in. We'd put on concerts, and we'd have like 3 or 4 bands. If we could break 100 people here in this town, we thought it was the biggest thing ever. So you having a couple hundred people for a comic convention sounds really awesome to me.
It's usually all indie people, some from Colorado, some from Wyoming, all very low key. And we don't, it's actually a collaboration with our mall, so we don't have to charge for anything.
Cool.
So people come in, the vendors get in for free, and then we just all, it's all indie people on the panels. We we've got a couple of retired pros that are now local that have come up and done stuff. Ron Fortier, who did Green Hornet and Terminator back in the 90s, and Bob Hall has come down from Lincoln. We're hoping he'll come again this year.
That's awesome.
He did Shadow Man and whatever. He's originally from Lincoln, but he worked for did West Coast Avengers, and he was a group editor at Marvel in the early 80s. So that was real fun.
Whenever you talk about Lincoln, there used to be a band, and they were from Lincoln, Nebraska, and they were called Lincoln. And have you ever heard of them?
No.
They were on No Idea Records with bands like Hot Water Music and stuff like that. The underground kind of indie stuff. So I didn't know. I always meant to ask you that because every time you talk about that, I think about that band.
Yeah, I am not familiar with them. So
Eric Hawkins says I was supposed to do a con next month and had special con exclusive comics printed for it. I guess I'm stuck with those now. Oh man, bummer.
yeah, I wish we could do some sort of like, and this is something that I've been wanting to do for us for a while. Because like I'm terrible at coding and stuff, but it'd be great if we had some sort of like Amazon alternative, some sort of marketplace where we could sell our physical books at, do mail order stuff, set them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But that would be something fun. But I don't know how to set something like that up. I know you're on Etsy, right?
Yeah.
Doug?
Yeah, I sell a few books through there. It's not bad. I kind of wish I could just set up my own, which I could. It just takes money to set up my own store on a website, and I wouldn't care to do it either like on Gravestone Press or maybe even do like a joint one on the Comics Underground where everybody could kind of sell stuff through that.
I wonder if we could figure something like that out and then like work it out so that like the a portion of sales would go to back into the website.
Yeah, that's something we could look into.
Because like I know with our books because some of our books we have contracts with our creators for royalties on them, with our artists and stuff, because the writers we're working for free, but for our artists and stuff, some of our contracts have royalties worked in, so our overhead's pretty low though when it comes to that. So that would be something I think we might be interested in doing, and then we could link it off of our main website to get that, and it might be a tie-in to other people too.
Yeah, that's like that's one reason I was gonna host the Corona Kings on the Comics Underground, is because we all need to start trying to promote each other and kind of team up. That's the only way I think that we're going to do anything. And with comic shops and stuff being closed, people are looking for a way to get entertained, whether it's comics or books or whatever.
It's one of the things that I think is so funny that goes around the social medias, all the people that are going out of their way to find stuff to do when they're home on quarantine. And I keep thinking, man, if I wasn't working, if I was home on quarantine, I'd have so much to do.
That's like me, man. I'm already.
Yeah, if only I could write full time, that would be amazing.
Yeah, like that's when I'm home during the day. I'm always like, I'm gonna work on this script. I'm gonna work on this, and like when I'm home during the day is the time I'm supposed to be asleep because I work at night. So instead of being asleep, I'm trying to work on stuff, and I never get anything finished, or I've got music commissions or whatever. So I'm going to take these next 14 days that I'm off work and just buckle down and get all this stuff done and try to get ahead.
I know that feeling. Last week I just put the final touches on a script that I've been working on off and on again since 2007. and I think it's ready to go, but I'm waiting to hear back from some proofreaders. I've got it out too, to see if, because there's one page that I'm just not sure works. But yeah, that's one of those projects that's been kind of backburnered for a long time, and I did a little bit here and a little bit there, and I started working on it the first couple of pages were written with a partner, and then he kind of stepped aside from the project to work on some other stuff, and it just sort of sat in limbo for a long time. But I think it's done. I think.
Yeah, I think I might be one of your proofreaders, aren't I?
I wasn't going to say it out loud.
I'll read it. I promise. I promise.
I know you will. I believe you.
I've still got to finish. I've got to finish that 5-page script, and I really, really, really want an artist to do Psychotron. But I don't know if I'm ever gonna get that book done or not. Casty Blonde in the chat says I can letter all your comics. So if anybody needs anything lettered, 2 guys in the chat who are pretty good at it. That's Casty Blonde and the Needle Mover Society, that's Skinny. Both those guys are getting pretty handy with their letters. Sorry, Pickles, I cut you off, I think.
What?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh no, I was just playing with my beard.
Oh. So does everybody in this chat have beards?
Looks like it.
It's quite possible.
Think so?
Good.
Very trendy.
Well, we're all cool people here with beards.
Well, I don't think that's
I trimmed mine as short as I would go, but
mine quit growing. I tried to grow it out real long, and it just kind of quit.
I just trim mine short as I was willing to go, because that works better with my gas mask when I go out shop.
Oh yeah.
Seems to work fine, so I don't have to shave it off, so I'm happy.
Yeah, see, if I had to shave one off to wear a gas mask, I would just die. Sorry. I bet you it's been 15 years since I probably shaved my beard completely off.
I never have since I first grew my beard. I don't think I ever shaved it off completely.
Well, I screwed mine up on accident. I got this new beard trimmer, and I was trying to trim it, and I just ruined it. And I just got mad and shaved the whole thing off. I hated it.
The last time I shaved my beard was 2005 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, probably about the last time I did mine too.
Yeah.
Ezra in the chat says I have a beard. Well, it's got other cool people in there with a beard.
There you go. Yeah.
Shabby's got a beard.
I like to see if Shabby's got a wuss beard. Because Shabby's a big guy, he's got big muscles. But he can't grow facial hair in the middle of the chin. So I kind of say I'm more of a man for him because I can.
I want Shabby to come to America so I can fight him.
That would be like fighting a bear.
Yeah, Shabby could probably bench press you, Doug.
I doubt it. I'm fat. We got Zippy the Unicorn in the chat. What's up, Zippy? Like I said, if you guys didn't see that show yesterday, you need to go check it out. Because I had Zippy on and I just laughed the entire show.
I still want to see Zippy pull out his skateboard and show us what's up, like the old school days, man.
Yeah, like that Dinosaur Jr. video.
That video was awesome. I watched that last night. That was so cool.
Yeah, I love that band.
I was not familiar with them before. I learned something. It was cool.
Yeah, they were kind of big in the 90s when the alternative rock, like them and what's that other band? My brain's not working, like the Pixies and Sonic Youth and all that stuff. They were kind of in there with those bands. Shabby's saying his beard's thinner, but it will grow in. Lies, Shabby. Come to America and fight me now. Loser has to shave their beard off.
Ooh, man, those are some heavy stakes.
All I gotta do is when Shabby comes over here, just fall on him and he'll lose. Zippy says, Reese, I'll ollie over you, buddy.
Ah, I want to see it. I want to see it.
Oh, man.
I'm 6'2". That's a feat, but I still want to see it.
I'm 6'1", on a good day. Most of the time I'm just 6 foot tall.
My dad is 6'5", so I'm a little guy compared to my pops.
I think my dad's like 6'2" or 6'3".
Yeah, my dad was the shortest of his brothers, believe it or not.
He was the shortest, and your whole family was giants.
Yeah, they were. They were.
Awkward silence.
Yeah,
I'm a short 5'11".
I just imagine you being small, Pickles.
yeah, it would have to be, man.
Yeah,
I'm probably the shortest one in the chat.
How tall are you?
Like somewhere between
People were the
5'5" and
origins of the
5'6".
hobbits.
5'6", you say?
Yeah, between 5'5" and 5'6", roughly. I haven't measured myself in
Well,
a long time, but
that's almost average, isn't it? What's
yeah, I
average
mean, I
now?
don't mind. I don't mind. A couple of more inches would be nice. It'd make some things easier. Some obstacles that I train on would be a little bit easier if I had a little bit extra reach. But I'm managing.
Yeah, I'm to the point where I'm tall and I've got really broad shoulders, and I don't like riding in small cars and stuff like that, and I'd be okay if I was just a few inches shorter and quite a few pounds lighter, and maybe just my shoulders weren't quite as broad.
Yeah, I hear you.
I tell people they don't believe me, but I'm built like a bear. Not one of those kind of bears, but you know. Not one of them. Not one of them silly bears.
I'm actually 6'5.5", and
So you are a giant.
I am a giant. Yeah, and I'm probably about as big as you are, I would imagine.
I don't know.
And I have a small car, so it's even more fun. So I feel that pain. Yeah.
I used to drive around in I had a Volkswagen Golf, a 2-door, and I would pull up to work or somewhere and get out, and one night this dude walks up and he goes, "How did you get in that car?"
Yeah.
Like
I've
a
got
car.
I used to have a Datsun 510, a 1980 Datsun 510, and it was like that, where it was just putting on like coat.
Yeah,
And I used to love that thing, man.
those are cool cars.
I have a Hyundai Accent 2-door, so
Yeah.
tiny little thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The best thing about being a big guy in a little car is that like you never run into things because it's just like walking down the hallway. So,
Yeah. Exactly.
See, I drive a big car now.
yeah, I've got a minivan. You know, you get when I got the standard issue when my kids got to be, you know, big enough. So
Well, for years I always drove like sports cars, like Mustangs, and I had I had a Camaro, and my brother he buys wrecks and he fixes them, and he had a police car, a 2012 Dodge Charger, and I was like, I've got to have that. That's just too cool. And I put my dog in the back of it, and he's in here barking at me. What are you barking at me for? You want to talk to all the people up there on the screen? He kind of looked. He picked up at you guys. So, Pickles, do you have a call? You're interrupting me. He waits till I get to talking. He's a good boy. I was going to ask Pickles if he had a car over there in jolly old England.
I get the bus.
Well, I mean, like, I know in some places, like, public transit's, you might as well take it. But, like, here where I live, way out in the country, if you don't have a car, you're just kind of screwed.
Who's driving the route today?
I am. Tell him I'll be right there.
I'm at work.
Well, that's good. Some of us, we'd like to be at work, Reese. I say that, but I really wouldn't like to be at work. I'm perfectly fine being at home. What? You looking at the people up there? Are you barking at them or me? Oh. I have a 75-pound toddler right here. Aren't you? I got a big giant baby in here with me. He's a good boy, though. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Video James says, I have a Toyota Celica. I want an El Camino. I want the El Camino from My Name is Earl. I'd drive an El Camino.
Dude, I love that show.
I've only watched it a handful of times, but the one episode I saw was where Norm Macdonald was pretty much playing Burt Reynolds, or he was like Burt Reynolds' son or something.
Yep.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's a pretty funny show.
I think Norm Macdonald's hilarious.
I used to get My Name is Earl and King of the Hill mixed up when I was a kid.
When you were a kid, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so hard to mix up. One is a
Shut the hell up,
cartoon.
Bram.
Oh yeah, I'm the youngest one here.
You would have to be, right?
I forgot you're like 12 years old.
I might be the oldest one here. I'm not sure.
You might be.
Maybe.
Hmm.
I'm about to be 42, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're older than me.
Yeah. You got me on a couple of years yet.
Yeah, I just turned 36.
That is nearly double my age.
So Reese was out there kicking butt before you was ever born.
Here's a frightening thing. I am almost old enough to be Pickle's father.
That is scary, isn't it?
I am not Pickle's father.
now I'm feeling abandoned.
It's okay. You can find a daddy somewhere, I'm sure.
Good God.
Nobody wants to. No one wants to be the father of Pickle Butt.
Oh, that's so true. It's so true. We got a lot of 30-year-olds in the chat. Fly Fox Pro says I turned 31 on Sunday. Well, happy early birthday. Sam says he turns 33 on Sunday, so we got 2 birthdays on Sunday this week. Eric Hawkins says 42. You're just a kid. He says he's 48 3/4.
I'll be 30 in August. So coming up on that too quickly.
Hey man, after you hit 21, time just flies by.
That is true.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You'll understand someday, Pickles.
I still need to go through puberty. Ugh.
Oh man. Shabby says he's old enough to be Pickles' brother. Zippy says, Rise, you named him Pickles? What the heck? Vicky says 50 here. Video James says 32 on the 1st of June. Sam says his dad will be 74 in August. He's old enough to be my grandpa. Well, you know,
That is true.
you could be your own grandpa.
I love that song.
I do too. I love that movie, even though it's so terrible. Gotham
There's a
Knight.
movie.
Oh, the Stupids. They sing that
Oh,
song in the
I haven't
Stupids.
seen it.
Go watch it. It's Tom Arnold, so you know it's going to be stupid.
It would have to be, yeah.
Gotham Knight says he'll be 44 in November.
I think we've talked about that. He and I have talked about that before. That sounds familiar.
Gotham Knight's a good dude. Well, you know, I can say about everybody in the chat pretty much. We got all regulars in my chat. You know, that's the cool thing. You know, we're kind of building this little community from leftovers. Everybody who's kind of been, who don't really have a place.
Everybody can have a home on the dUgCaSt.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And 25% of them are welcome on the matriarchy on Thursdays, but not tomorrow.
Just 25%.
25%. It's very exclusive. We got to keep the numbers down. So next week we're having a whole show dedicated to religion just to scare people off.
There you go. There you go. Oh man, we need to have a show on religion and get everybody in there.
So I intentionally get like, you know, people like, you know, that everyone hates to come on my show so I can go ahead and like scare other people off. I've been after Nasser for weeks and he's just like, but you stream so late. And I'm like, you're such a woman about time.
And he's like what? He's like 12-year-old too. He should be up on.
Yeah, he works a real job, so he like, you know, if he's late, they'll fire him.
Yeah.
So
I hate that real job garbage.
it stands in the way of a lot of goodness, I'll tell you that much.
I tell you guys, I'm spoiled by my job. I go in at midnight. I sit there and watch TV and do paperwork, and that's it. And well, in the morning for like maybe an hour or 2 hours, I cook breakfast, give some meds. But I mean, it's so easy.
Yeah, that sounds like what I did in the Army for a little over a year, for only a year and a half. I sat at a desk for 8 hours at a time and wrote my books.
See, I need to do more writing at work. But it seems like every time I sit down and start writing at work, I get distracted by paperwork. Well, you know, things I'm supposed to do. Or a movie will be on TV, and I'll be like, I'm going to do my paperwork real quick and watch this movie.
Yeah, well, all I had to do was listen to the radio and check in every hour. And then since nothing ever happened, especially when I did night shift and nothing ever happened at night, so I could just sit there, write, work out a bit, and there was no Wi-Fi on the base either, so I have my laptop there. All I could do was write on it. If I wanted to watch YouTube on my phone, I could do that, but I'm not going to spend 8 hours on YouTube. Well, I could, but that wouldn't be productive. And try to make use of my time.
And eight hours of YouTube will your brain just turns into a black hole at that point.
Yeah.
Pickles in the chat says him and Shabby and Nasser are triplets.
Yeah, we look insanely alike.
Exactly alike.
You can't tell us apart.
And you sound so much alike too.
Yeah, we got separated at birth.
You got separated very far away from each other.
Yeah, they can't. I think we just kind of got catapulted away from each other.
Well, I dropped Larry's link in the chat again, so go and check out Larry's book of Time and Space. It's an awesome looking book. If you can't back it and you can spare $1, at least throw him $1. I want to see his book get funded. He's a cool dude. And all these guys here, you guys are welcome to come on the show anytime you want to.
You can have Cassidy go ahead and come upstairs.
Tell him I'll be right there. But yeah, like, you guys are welcome anytime. I'm so used to sitting and talking to myself, it's actually nice to have people on the show.
For sure, man.
Well, everybody's at home more now, so it'll probably be easier for a lot of people to come on.
Yeah, for real.
I'm always at home.
Well, you're not going to be when you run out of toilet paper.
Oh yeah, Big on the streets like the old days.
Venture out into the apocalypse.
Yeah, poor little fella. You see him just scraping up pieces of paper off the ground, put them in a bag. You got like
Guys,
wrappers from fast food restaurants, and
that's reminded me of like I see like smokers in town. They grab like cigarettes out of the bins and
oh,
take them.
that's so gross.
That's gonna be me with toilet roll. You know, I'm just gonna go into toilets, just grab whatever, whatever in there,
Oh,
put them on the radiator, dry them off, reuse them.
oh, that's nasty. You're gonna get AIDS or something.
At least it won't be the corona.
I got HIV, but at least it wasn't corona.
You know those aren't mutually exclusive, right?
Oh,
You can have more than one.
You end up with both. You get like
in fact, if you get AIDS, you'll guaranteed to die from corona. That's pretty much.
I lived a good life.
Zippy.
All 14 years of it.
Zippy in the chat says, "Show him how to use the pine cones." Do you have any pine trees over there?
No, yeah, we do actually.
Well, just start saving up pine cones. You can wash them off, or if they just get full of poo, you can just throw them out the window.
Well, the thing about pine cones is that they're already brown, so you can't tell. Just keep reusing
There you go. There you go.
until it looks like an Easter egg.
Video James says toilet paper will be our new currency. I was talking about that yesterday. It'll be like prison. We'll all be like hoarding up toilet paper and like trading it for stuff. I'll trade you 50 rounds of 9mm for a roll of TP. Yeah, he says you can wipe your pickle butt with the pine cones.
Well, that's the drawing. I'm gonna edit my drawing. With the pickle butt, I'm just gonna put like some brown stains on the cheeks. So okay, it's okay. You can wipe my butt.
Oh my god,
man,
that's so bad.
What have we done? No. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap the show up. We've been streaming for like an hour and 14 minutes.
Okay, dokie.
But I appreciate you coming on. If y'all want to just say goodbye and tell everybody where they can find you, just all start yelling it or whatever. Take turns, whatever you want to do.
Let's go first.
We're all too polite.
I know it.
I will go not first.
Okay, I'll go first. So my name's Larry Holder. You can find me on Twitter under that name if you just search it. The at is POLLMH if you want to search that way. I'm on YouTube, Point of Light Prods. I'm on Instagram under Larry Holder. I'm on Facebook as well, Point of Light Productions. So yeah, you can find me in lots of different places.
Now who's next?
Somebody.
It's gonna be like no you.
All right, I guess I'll go then. Okay, I'm Yakov Merkin. I'm on Twitter and other social media that I don't actually use under my name also. I have a bunch of books on Amazon, 6 space opera books. Book 7 I'm going to hopefully launch a crowdfund for. I was planning to do that this month. I might wait a little bit longer because everything's a mess right now, but we'll see. And I have a fantasy book there also, a couple other... I actually have a history book too, for those interested in nonfiction. And a couple anthologies I was in, and much more to come later this year, hopefully. I've been making a lot of progress on a few projects now. And obviously we have this coming up at some point soon also, the Corona Kings.
Well, let's guess it's between me and Reese now.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go now. I have my thing all prepared. So I am, of course, Matt Reese, and I am a writer and co-founder of Ideal Comics. I also do a weekly or nearly weekly, almost weekly talk show on Thursday evenings called The Matriarchy on my YouTube channel. But my screen share right now is the most recent cover for our webcomic story called Force of Good and Evil at forceofgoodandevil.net. You guys can check that out. And we have been doing that since 2006. It is a comedy webcomic featuring teenagers in superhero and supervillain high school. And it's part of our larger universe. And you can check me out on Twitter at MD Reese or on Twitter at Matthew D. Reese. And they're spelled kind of funny, so check out the Forces is the quickest way to find how to spell my name.
Okay, is that me now?
Yeah, you.
I am my pickles at English_nachos on Twitter. I like to call myself a writer. I've tricked Shabby into thinking I'm a writer, and we're going to be doing Vestry together. That's like that kind of rhymed.
It didn't, but that's okay. There was at least rhythm to it.
Yeah, but I want to thank all you guys for coming to the show today. I had a good time talking to everybody. This was a lot of fun, and like I said, you're all welcome back anytime. The Corona Kings, you'll be able to find more information about that at thecomicsunderground.com. You can also find Reese there. You can find Shabby's first Vestry, which is not the one Pickles wrote, but we'll be putting links on there. If Larry's cool with it, I'll put a link to his Indiegogo on there. So,
cool.
So you guys can find everything there. We're trying to build just a little hub for underground comics and stuff like that. So, thanks for everybody for tuning in. We hope you have a good day, and we'll talk to you later.
Indeed.